What's up, Miami boys, Miami girls? It's your boy, Miami Boy Ezzy, and I got Drinaa with me, and we about to go shopping with Drinaa. So what you wearing from top to bottom?
LNG. So I did just get out of school. So I got these are like my favorite, like whatever, like boots to go anywhere to. I just throw it on and I'm just like in a rush. um, I got this from, I forgot what I spent for it, probably like $80, and I got it from what is it called, like a sex store? I got it from that. I seen it and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this one.
And they sell it at the sex store?
I think it was like a sex store. I don't remember. And then no wait, no, it was Candy Lady, the boutique, the stripper boutique, like lingerie, all of that. Then I got these. This is just a regular my work outfit that I have on, and then I put a jacket. And I got the work outfit from Amazon because Amazon is the GOAT, like for work outfits when you're cheap and and you're trying to save money. Not really cheap, but trying to save money. And then the jacket, this was one of my stylings from an outfit. I don't remember where it was from because my stylist styled me. But in total, I probably have on less than $200 on.
But you still fly though. Definitely. And then me, I'm simple. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to wear. The designer, all that stuff. I don't really like doing that. I just like to be comfortable most of the time. So I got on Shocks. These like $130. I got on Nike socks, $20. Nike shorts about $40. And the Nike shirt about $30. So I'm simple. Yeah, I try to keep it simple. Hey, so for the most part though, I want to say I've been watching from afar, and I applaud your maturation for sure.
Okay,
so,
thank you.
Yeah, so I see where you were and where you going.
Yeah.
So I want to start from the beginning with you. So where are you from?
I'm from Miami, Florida, West Side. Yeah. So I'm a Haitian descendant. My parents are all Haitian. North Miami. I already said that. West Side.
Oh, you from North Miami?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you went to North Miami or Central?
No, I went to Central.
Yeah, because that's why I asked. Because a lot of y'all from the West Side be going to Central, and
yes,
a sprinkle of y'all be going to North Miami.
I did not want to go to North Miami.
Why you want to go to North Miami?
So I'm very big on vocabulary, even though my vocabulary isn't the best. And I just feel like being in North Miami would have kept me in a box.
Yeah.
I already was woke before I was like woken, like if that makes sense. So like I just didn't like the people that would came out after school, and then everybody would be speaking with harsh accents and harsh like vocabulary words that was just like not profound. And honestly, I was just like, I didn't want to be like that. But then Central was pretty much no better, so I ended up leaving all of that and going to Flanagan High School, which I graduated from.
From Flanagan? From Flanagan?
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Flanagan.
Shout out to Flanagan. So what was the upbringing like though?
Well, I'm very transparent about my upbringing because I used to talk for a foundation called Living for a Purpose. Now, my upbringing was very, very hard. I kind of want to say growing up in a household with so much noise, it was kind of hard to find your identity and who you're really meant to be. So when I was in that moment of growing up, I dealt with child neglect completely. My parents were not present, but they were there. But my house didn't feel like a home.
Yeah.
So I was coming home to like more so feeling like my enemies versus somebody that I felt like was supposed to be my protector and my safety and my love and compassion. So with that, it just made it very confusing when it came to going outside to the external influence, like the outside world. Then you have all these things telling you where you should do, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And it's kind of hard to listen to your parents who's not showing you the love and you're finding the love out there. So long story short, the upbringing wasn't the best, but we rise above it. The upbringing not being the best, I teach on my podcast, Escape with Drinaa, that honestly, like, you can't blame your parents or anything like that. You just got to keep moving. Because the more you put blame on people for your life and how it was already supposed to happen that way, you give it so much power over your procrastination and your
Yeah,
setbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to sit here and dwell and be like, yeah, the reason why I'm not here in life is because my parents left me when I was younger. We all have our own traumas. Now it's just to rise above it.
Mm-hmm. See, I agree. I can feel that. But I feel like, what do you think life should have been like? If you could create your own perfect world, how would it be with you and your parents? Like, what do you think the areas they could have done better in?
Obviously not being neglectful, but I think everything happens for a reason. Like it's just no way about it. I feel like if you actually think about what it could have been, you put your brain in overdrive or overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. So I don't even want to think about what it could have been. I'm thinking about what it's meant to be.
Yeah. And then, to be honest, all that does is it make you who the person you is now.
Yes, very true.
Yeah, so I think a lot of that bad experiences, people like try to run from it, but all it does is mold you to the person that you're going to be.
That is true.
Or will be, either or. So, through this process of your upbringing, what led you into dancing?
Okay, I didn't know we was going straight for it. Like, well, long story short, you don't have a good support system. It's kind of hard to understand, like I said, where you're supposed to be. I was trying to find my identity in the real world, and it's like you have friends that are doing a fast life and everything like that, and you have friends that are doing this, and it's just like, well, do I want money and get out of my situation? So it was just like more so, I want to get out of this situation, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get out of this situation, because I wasn't fortunate enough to have the lifestyle that I wanted, that I pictured. But I should have, honestly, if I do talk about like drawbacks, more so I would say that I should have been patient a little bit more and kind of switched out my friend group.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, like I said, everything happens for a reason. Like the same path happens because that's what was meant for you. So I'm not angry at it. I'm just like, I'm copacetic with it. Like.
So you feel like your friends kind of like, I wouldn't say press you into that, but they kind of conditioned you and motivated you to go in that route.
Yeah, it's not pressure, but I also don't want to say only friends because it wasn't them. It was everything in whole. Like the whole word external influence. Just think of that word and just know that everything had a play into molding me to what I thought I wanted to be.
Yeah, I feel that. So, what was your first night like as a dancer?
My first night was like crazy. I made so much money, like, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to walk in heels like that long and stuff like that. Like, I don't remember how much I made, but I know it was like probably like $500 or something, a little bit over. And I think the club that I worked at that time was Climax at that time. And I was just like, oh my God, like $500. Like, so I
Yeah,
had
at the
to
time,
wait.
you thinking that's more than what it actually is.
Yes, I had to wait 2 weeks for that. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I like it. But before that, anyways, I was waitressing at Tootsie's. So I was getting similar and close to that money, but then I wanted more.
So what made you go from waitressing and saying, okay, I want to do that?
Everybody always used to tell me, like, if I was a dancer, like, they would spend so much. Just the noise, literally, just people telling me.
So what's the difference between, because I heard it's all, because I don't go to the club, but I heard it's a lot of, like, drawback from maybe a debacle with the waitress and the strippers.
What do you mean?
Like, they go at it a lot, like, it's like tension between the two.
I think it depends on the environment for sure, because all my waitresses was like my besties. Actually, if you are to join a club life, everyone should be your bestie.
Yeah. Why do you feel that way?
Because you are playing a game. You are playing a game when you walk into the club, so you can't be emotional. You can't be like, you have to play the same devil's playground. Like, you have to play it. So that's why there's some people that use dopamines, like where it's like little escapes, where it's like drugs and stuff, because they're trying to escape from what their normality would be. Like, obviously I'm gonna crash out if I feel like this person tried me, You gotta switch like
Yeah.
you gotta. Well,
Dang.
crash outs are sometimes justifiable, but you just gotta play it, smile in everyone's face, just so you can make more money. Tip well, just so you can make more money, even if you hate this person. But
so you could not even like the person, but you feel like you got to grin just to be in.
absolutely, because you playing their game. So
See, yeah, that's deep.
in order to stay at the top, you have to play the game.
So you just talked about, because your podcast is escape. So you just talked about a form of escape where you feel like a lot of strippers, they have to take, self-medicate in order to feel like they're some present, but not present at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you see that a lot in the club?
Absolutely. There's not a moment or a time that goes by that I never seen a girl just come in there completely sober, even on me. Like I'm very honest and transparent. Like it's either some type of drinking, some type of like.
So do you feel like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No,
do you
you're
feel
fine.
like you have to go under the influence to actually get through a day at the strip club?
Yes, because, and I know some people probably gonna be like, no, I done spent a whole 2 months without drinking, I did that too. But what the thing is, it wakes you up. When you're like completely sober, the sober mind sees things that a clouded mind would not be able to see.
Yeah.
So in that moment, everything becomes really loud. Now you're more annoyed. Now you're like, dang, I can't wait to go home.
Yeah,
like
you're more irritated.
You're more irritated. Things are not flowing. More so, it's like I don't want to have a conversation with this guy. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm annoyed. Did that girl just try me? Everything's gonna start like.
Yeah. So you feel like under the influence, you're a little bit more passive.
Yes. Yes, more friendlier, more open to crazy ideas, like anything, for sure.
So how hard would the day be trying to get through that night at the strip club if you're not under the influence?
It's hard. I did it, like, there was a point, because sometimes I like to take really huge, like, breaks from drinking, and it will go from, like, 3 to 6 months. It depends on, like, where I stop at. Like, I just recently started back drinking wine, though, but it's been about 3 months. But in the moment of taking my break, I think I was, like, 6 months in for not drinking, and people couldn't even believe it. Like, you sit here, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'll probably smoke a hookah, but main idea was it was really, really hard, because there's times that, like, I would have to take a nap before I even walk in, and then I would have to kind of like trick my mind, if that makes sense. So I would do things like drink Red Bulls, even though we know it's not good for you, but I would have to trick my mind to feeling like it's being nourished in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, so that's why I would grab the hookah, or I'll grab a Red Bull and probably stand in the corner and like wait, like what's going on, like, because, and then if somebody asked me for a shot, I was just honest. I mean, asked for me to take a shot with them, I was throwing it. I was just throwing it, or because you got to play the game, and sometimes some customers don't like when you. What do you mean you don't drink?
Yeah. Especially when the environment that's mainly what's going on.
Yeah.
But my thing is, what's the purpose of the intoxication? Is it because like I feel like I'm naked, I'm exposed, or I feel like I'm doing things that I don't want to do? So what is it that's?
It's just the escape.
But my thing is, what's causing you to want to escape? That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, so for example.
Because you obviously, well, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm almost certain that I don't even want to say 9 out of 10, like 99% of every woman in the club don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I'm positive.
So you
because
sure
I hear
that
the story.
So I'm just saying, from your perspective, you saying most of the people most of the females that's in the club, they don't want to be there.
Absolutely not.
But they have to.
Absolutely.
So what about the 0.1% that want to be there?
They're damaged.
What kind of mindset do you feel like they have to like, I want to be here, I love it here?
They're damaged. Like, the addiction, certain addictions can get stuck to you, where it feels like comfortability, where it feels like, so the strip club can be an addiction as well. Addictions don't only look like drugs or alcohol. Addiction can be something as like, I'm making a lot of money, so I can't stop. So it's like, if they're making good money, the money's flowing, they have all these clients, they got good face, they got all these things, it kind of it's hard to step away from that lifestyle for them.
Yeah.
So they're that 0.1%. They don't know how to step away because they already got comfortable. And what's the problem is our brain only operates with comfortability.
Yeah.
The moment you take risk, your brain throws off an alarm, like, and all the negativity comes out. Like, wait, how are we gonna pay our bills? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? Now all the overthinking and future thoughts that God tells you don't worry about comes to your mind, because it's like, at this moment, right now, I'm about to take a risk, and I don't think. It's like it's scary.
Yeah, because they feel. I get what you're saying. They feel safe.
Yes.
In this environment, they know that, okay, well, I'm going. If I go here, I know I'm gonna make some money. Now to go somewhere else and be like, okay, now I got to depend on something else that I don't know if I might be capable of. That's make me feel unsafe. Yeah, so I can feel that.
Humans are literally designed for love, safety, and protection. So the moment that they feel love, safety, and protection in an environment, like, for example, you have a trauma bond. The trauma bond is the thing that your body, whatever you went through, your body is now being used as a way of survival. So if you do not make this money, if you do not do what you got to do, now all of a sudden you are behind. You're behind in many ways. So you're losing the love, you're losing the safety, and you're losing the protection. What happens is the brain combines these things, even in any type of environment, even if it's negative or positive, the brain combines it like a braid. And it doesn't know how to distinguish when something is good or bad. So it starts to convince itself that if we stay comfortable where we know there's no risk, that I will still get my love, my safety, and protection. That's how women end up marrying guys who probably be in the club, or having babies with guys who's in the club, or even men, same thing, vice versa. Even if they're not strippers, but they're the type of person that walks in the club, goes every weekend, throws a lot of money, and wonder why they keep running into the same broken women, because you guys are just dating each other.
Right.
It's like a mirror. So, yeah.
Okay. Literally. I'm getting coached over here. Did you get to a point where you felt comfortable being in the nude?
When I first started in the club, I was so shocked that people weren't using bathrooms, and everybody was just like getting undressed right there and then and there. And then I would look at other people's bodies, and I would question my body, like, do I even fit in? Where the body dysmorphia had formed. But then over time, after getting my body done and everything like that, which I honestly, that was one thing that I did regret, because I feel like body dysmorphia got the best of me, and it made me feel like my athletic body wasn't the standards for the club. And now I go to the gym so much that I wish it was, reverted, because I wish that I already had that gym, I kept that gym body, and I stayed with it, because I would have looked at it differently. Different environments obviously persuade you to do different things, but at first, terrible. I did not like being nude. After a while, it was like you're just walking out like nude and not caring.
Because you got comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So do you feel like more guys are into the fake bodies that you see from your experience in the club than the natural bodies?
I think natural bodies are always very beautiful, but in the club, people who don't work in the club don't understand how bad dysmorphia could come, because for some reason, based on how music was interpreted and everything else, once again, external influence from back in the day, it was always like the big, crazy,
everything bigger was better.
Exactly, and big, crazy extremities where it's just like, whoa, like, she gotta have this big butt so we can make a video and look great. Like, we got all these strippers, we got all these things, look good money. So it's a fantasy, but then it's not normally what men want. At the house.
They want to entertain it. They want to experience it.
Yeah, it's more
but
of
they
a
don't
lustful.
Lust. They want to experience it, but when you look at their wife, it's like she's nothing like that.
More than likely. I mean, women who get their body done can still get wiped. I'm not saying that they can, but it's just, in that moment, I think it's just like catering to a fantasy, and that's just pretty much it. Like.
So, but have you ever seen somebody in the club that you didn't want to see, that make you kind of feel like shameful in a way? Like, yo, I'm here. I just seen such and such. They probably just seen. Cause I feel like when I think about the club, I'm like anybody could pull up. It could be a teacher. It could be a family member, a cousin, and they could come see you at a day at the job.
At a certain point, when I first started, I was hiding. Like I started in West Palm. Like I didn't want no one to know. But then after to keep it very transparent, I kind of already accepted that my parents no longer run my life. So after I started, accepting that, it was easier for me to come maneuver down. But then I was a little embarrassed because it's like, dang, I'm going to Miami area. That's everyone I know. Like, I really don't know what made me just put my foot down and just keep it real and not care. I think it was just the fact of the environment. I think when I got the climax, like I learned from older girls, older women who've been in the game, and it was just like they were kind of basically teaching me how to not give a F. And also my friends. Certain times your friend groups do play a huge part in things that you do in your life. Yes, they could be negative as far as like this is probably not a good decision, but the type of friends that I have, I feel like they will let me know if it's a good decision, if it's not a good decision, but they will also be like, if you make this decision, at least this. You know?
Yeah.
So,
but I like that too though.
Yeah.
That they like, cause some friends they'll just tell you, oh, do this, but they letting you still control your own narrative, but telling you like, but if you do this, look at it from this perspective as well. So those are good friends, cause they're like, I can't tell you what to do.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna judge you for what you're doing.
And
but
that's really, really good. I agree with that. Yeah. So in that moment of it, I was talking to my friend about it, and it was just like, basically, she was just, long story short, like, you're in your head. Like, just get out of it. Yeah. So, but she wasn't telling me go be one. She was just like, all right, if you're going to do it, just get out your head.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, how often do individuals in the club ask for more than a dance?
More than?
A dance. Like, I want you. Like, I want to take you home. Like, because once again, you're a fantasy. When they see you, they might see you and want way more than dances.
How often? Probably a little more than average. There's never a time that a guy hasn't tried to be my partner or anything like that. All type of men, from rappers to producers to athletes to everything, all type of men.
So ever been tempted?
Tempted?
Yeah, like.
I was using I'm just gonna cut it with this sentence. I was using as somebody who dealt with like trauma, I was kind of facing hypersexuality. So I was using my body for sexual currency. And what happens with that, when you're in a situation where your body is being used for sexual currency, you tend to take on whatever is given to you. Whatever's available. And unfortunately, that's how damaged I was. So I'm not going to say yes or no if I was tempted, but with that sentence, you could kind of
I got you. So, but what made you eventually like grow from that point? Like, I'm bigger than this. Like
what made me leave the club, or what made me say like I'm bigger than
that? Just what you just said, the last statement.
It took this leaving the club for me to say that I'm bigger than this.
What's the most money you've been offered to do things outside of the strip club? Not that you did this thing, but it was just offered to you. Like, I'll give you this if you do this.
That I don't remember. I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie.
But have you ever been offered like a large amount though?
Of course.
Do you think most women that work in the strip club, they prefer to work in the strip club for those type of opportunities that may come present or available to them?
I feel like in the strip club, everyone has their own get out plan. Whether it's opening a business, whether it's finding a man with money, whether it's I don't have a plan, that's still a plan. And like everybody has their own like curated get out plan. And even though it may prolong them, some people stay in the club longer. But that's why I said like everybody has their own get out plan. So like they convince themselves that if they start to count money without it being there, if that makes sense, like, which is actually unhealthy, where people start to be like, okay, I know I made this amount because, let's just say I made 100K off this guy's section. Let's just say back in, because that's how it was when I made 100K, and then he told me that if I go home and that's this, so boom, I'm gonna make this, that, a third, so boom, and then I'm gonna work tomorrow, boom, and then I know I'm gonna make this, so by Monday I should be able to get boom, like, so they already start mapping it up, which is very unhealthy. They already start mapping it up, and when they do that, they already put in their mind that I'm gonna keep staying until I make that. And then now it's just like, oh well, what time you leaving today? Oh, when I make like 1,000, I just need a little bit more. So yeah, they already have that vendetta set in their mind. That hey, like certain women though. I don't want to speak for all of them. I can only speak for my circle that I had in the club at the time I had in the club. Now, some girls did used to like be completely okay with just giving their body up for sexual currency. And that would be their night, and they don't mind.
Cause what about what I hear about the strip club now is not the same. Like guys are not throwing money like they used to.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because you ain't been in a minute.
No, I haven't been into.
Yeah, but I heard that the guys are not throwing the money like they used to. Like back then, you could make 100K in a night. That was easily heard back then. Like that they'll throw 100K and 50K, and girls was walking away happy. Now I heard the strip club is not that as generous as it used to be. So
I feel like that's good.
You say you feel like it's good?
Absolutely.
Why you say that?
Because people are waking up.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
People are waking up, and right now, I feel like it's been a lot of messed up things. Like even when I was working in a club, my club used to take percentage. I didn't even get to see my money sometimes. Like they would just take it and kind of like throw it in my face, like this is how much you made, like.
And you could have made way more, but they just.
I wouldn't even know. I mean, I felt like I would make way more, but it was just like so many deep, dark things and secrets. Because I was going into the transition. When I was about to leave the club, I was already in that transition where money wasn't the same. Because after COVID, it was like completely.
But during COVID, it was.
Oh yeah, I remember leaving a whole house like filled like this with money, and it was like probably 3 girls. Like you would expect the most, but I feel like people are now waking up, and when I say that, people are now realizing that their mental health comes first. I feel like the world is now waking up, and I'm happy. I think I personally wouldn't recommend the club to anyone, not even if you're going to party, because there's so many other things you can do for fun.
Right, and that's the same thing I say, like, and that's why, like, even though, like, if I'm dating a woman, like, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you if you're going in the club. Because it might not even be you that's being toxic. It might be me saying, oh, where you at? What you doing? Who you with? Because that's what kind of like, I feel like energy that comes out of it when you in that club scene. Like, you know what I'm saying? And some dudes don't mean to be that way. That's why I say if you're going to date a person, you got to accept them for who they are once you decide to date them. So if I know that you're a stripper, or you like to go to the club, or you like to party, you like to drink, and I'm dating you, I got to accept this of you.
Yeah.
Because now when I come and try to alter what you already had going on, now you're going to be like, oh, you tripping, you're controlling, you're this, you're that. It ain't me that's being controlling. And it's not you that's being toxic. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys were just not on the same page.
We're not on the same frequency.
Yeah.
So we both have to move on. So that's why I say now, like, if you're not on my frequency, I'm not into dating you.
No, 100%. That's a boundary that you set, please.
Yeah.
And that boundary should be 100% respected. Because with me personally, I would never, ever date guys that overly use abstinences. Like any type of substance with lean, any drug, any of those things, I cannot. Weed, but I gotta see what's his routine like. If it's like I can't even wake up and go get breakfast without hitting a blunt, I'm like, oh yeah. Like,
but a lot of people are codependent on a lot of substances though. I think a lot of people use those substances. You at the point where you can't wake up and eat unless you take a form of some type of substance. You can't eat, you can't go to sleep. You don't want to do nothing unless you take a substance. Then you got a problem. Like Houston, we got a problem for sure. Like
Mm-hmm. Remember what I told you? Being a human, love, safety, protection.
Yeah.
So substances are love, safety, protection.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone feels like they're not nourished enough, they're gonna reach towards the first love, safety, protection that they know.
That's
that
true.
Makes them forget. That makes them dissolve even for a second, or like makes them stop overthinking. Makes the alarm stop going off because they talk about it in psychology. They talk about it in the Bible if you are religious. If not, they talk about it in every form of science. How powerful your thoughts really are.
Yeah.
Your thoughts are the most powerful thing. Like before you wake up, that's why they tell you don't even touch your phone. Go for a walk. Go on a water fast. Go talk to God if you talk to God, whatever the case is. Because I try not to put too much religion because I am a psych major. But whatever that case is because you are completely in control of your thoughts. But your nervous system doesn't want you to know that. Your nervous system wants you to worry, wants you to think about future thoughts, wants you to stay comfortable, wants you to stay in familiarity. But your heart, your soul, your spirit wants to advance. Your nervous system's like, no. Because it's scared. Because one time, whatever happened in your life, you got hurt in an advance. Something could have happened. Some type of trauma happened when advancing was supposed to happen. Let's say you're growing up, your parents leave you. I'm growing up, transitioning. I have no parents.
Now you got the fear of abandonment.
Now you have abandonment issues. So the brain is your biggest factor. Your nervous system is an organ that needs to be trained like a muscle.
Yeah, and that's why we feel like kids are so pure because they innocent. They're free of everything. But once those different, and that's why I say like we gotta do better with changing with how like these kids and that's what made me become a teacher. With how these kids experience their experiences, because sometimes we could say certain things to them, or we could put them through certain things, and then that stuff stick with them forever.
Absolutely.
And like a lot of kids, the kids don't know what fear is. They don't know what heartbreak is. We teach them that, or their experiences teach them that. So we gotta do better with. Yeah, we gotta do better.
Yeah, but it's I do agree that as parents and as whether you're a motivator or you're a caretaker, a parent, whatever the case is of what you are, and you're surrounded by children, even a spokesperson, it's very important to teach as much as you can, but there's only so much you can teach.
Yeah.
Because the way that life is programmed, the way the universe programs life, people have to go through experiences to understand their lesson. Everybody's lesson is different. Yeah. That's why everybody tries to convince themselves they're in a race, in competition with everyone else, but everyone started the race differently. Every single person started the race differently. So with children, you have to put that in mind. Like you can teach as much as you can, but you have to be honest with yourself and open with yourself to understand that they may not listen, no matter what you say to them.
Yeah, and then sometimes yourself experiences is better. You know what I'm saying? Well, lessons are better taught when they experience them on their own. So you got to bump your head a few times. And some people, and don't get me wrong, some people, they learn from other people's mistakes. So some people don't even got to go through those. I was one of the people that I watched from afar. I'm like, oh, that happened when you did that? Okay, I ain't going to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then some people could see things happen to other people and they still have to go through it and experience it on their own. And then get the gist of it, knowing that would happen to you. You knew if you touched that stove, you was going to get burnt. Why would you go touch it anyway? If you just watch somebody go through that same situation and they got burnt.
Some people need to go through the experience. Some people have to touch the stove, though. Some people have to. And you can't even get mad at them.
So, what is your worst experience or thing you seen in the strip club? Worst experience or thing you seen in the strip club?
I got followed home before.
Followed home? Like all the way home?
Yeah.
So, and then how did you know that the person was following you? Did you know this in your car? Did you know this like once you got home? Like almost like
When I was almost getting close to, because at that time I was like, I don't remember if I was streaming or I had my music loud and I was just like genuinely jamming and just because that's the only way I was going to stay up, because at that time I stayed in Homestead and it was just like, oh my God, like I'm falling asleep. So I was just like, let me just play some music, vibe. and I just felt like this one person was just following too closely for too long. But I was already super close to home. But I just rerouted. I acted like I was going to my friend's house, and then I did that turn. And then, long story short, I told my friend already because he'd be up at that time. I told him that I feel like I'm being followed home. I don't feel like, I feel safe. And then I just kind of rerouted a couple times. My friend ended up coming outside. Like in that moment of being in that area, I just rerouted a couple times to see if I'm still being followed or anything like that. But I was for sure positive. I knew exactly the car.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you know what's crazy? And that's why I say, like, a lot of women, like, you gotta be careful, like, what you wear, what you post, because you never know what or who is watching you. And especially we got like a lot of widows out here, so it's like a lot of people that you never know, they waiting on their moment. Like, when I catch her, I'm gonna get her, or I'm gonna do something to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to always be careful about your surroundings, what's going on.
But it's crazy because it should never be like that.
Yeah, it shouldn't though.
It shouldn't, like, what you wear, how you look, how you dress, whatever the case is, it shouldn't dictate somebody coming on you strongly.
Yeah, it shouldn't. But then at the same time, you gotta remember that everybody's it's not like you or I. Yeah. Like, we still got people that's wired totally different, and sometimes they get urges that even themselves they can't help it. So some people really do have, like, I don't want to put the incorrect words, but some people really do got problems.
Yes.
So they will, like, oh, when I catch her, like, I've been trying to hold this urge in for so long, I would do something to her.
No, yeah.
So that's why I tell, like, a lot of women that for that reason. But it's not fair that a woman shouldn't have to control what she wear and fear of, oh, if I wear this, someone is going to harm me. That's not right. But at the same time, you do have to control, you know what I'm saying? But just be overprotective of what you're wearing because you never know who's watching. Yeah. Yeah. So what made you leave from being an exotic dancer?
When I was sober, like, I was sober for so long at that point. Remember I told you I take a 3-6 month like break. At this point I passed the 6 month of like being sober. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just rack up to just get out of this. I'm kind of, I don't know, like, this stuff has been beneath me at this point. And then when I was in that moment, it's like, what's crazy? Like, the universe can work against you when you make a plan. And it's because what's meant for you to happen is the actual plan. But in the moment of it, it's like, what the F is going on? Like, why is this not working how I planned it?
And it's like when you're really trying to chase this dream, everything's starting to fall apart. But that's when I think that's just the devil trying to work against you, though.
So in the moment of it, I made a plan. I said I'm just gonna go to work every single day for 30 days and rack up, like, basically in my mind was like 20 to 30 grand, like, because if I work every day, make 5 to 1,000. Because at this point, I'm working a different club because I left the other club. So I'm telling myself I make 500 to 1,000, just regular minimal stuff, so that I knew in my mind that, okay, a goal was reached. Now I'm going over.
Yeah.
So I told myself that, and for some reason, ever in my life, never had this moment happen. Because I'm one of those people, like, I'm like damn near Santa Claus with my money. Like, when I have money, I'm like, Mommy, I got you this, Mommy. But that whole month, and my 7th month of not drinking, for some reason, I barely could pay my car. I barely could save money. I barely could have anything. Nothing was going right. But only that time when I said, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So that's when I was just like, something's up. Something is really up. And then but I still kept saying, you know what? I'm still gonna keep going. At this point, we're like probably like 2 weeks into the month. I'm not making no bread. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, if I am making bread, I'm making my break even. Like, I'm leaving out of there. Then I'm like, okay, let me go try another club. Next thing you know, I get fired from that club. I don't even know what I did. He claims they fired me because of something with the house mom or whatever. I'm a very peaceful person, so like, personally, I didn't even do nothing to that house mom, but she did the most childish. I went on Instagram, I vented about it. I vented about how I felt, but I didn't say no names or no clubs. So I just vented. I put that live got a lot of views that day. It was early in the morning. I was like, good morning. I just feel like I don't know, something about this club life is just not for me anymore. Like, I just really can't do it. And I explained what I was going through and stuff like that, just venting. And then next thing you know, I go to another club. They're commenting on the fact that I made that video for a whole nother club with no names involved. So they're telling me that I can't work until it's calm, like, because basically, remember I told you it was a lot of views. So I guess everything that I was saying in the video was like getting so much like attention that clubs felt like I was a threat to them, and which I didn't get. But either way, I'm just like, something's not right here. Now I'm getting fired. I have nowhere to work. I'm not making money. What's going on? But I was like, I remember a girl commented who I guess she used to be a dancer. I don't remember her name, but she was like, and when I was telling her everything's falling apart, she was like, if you don't leave right now, you're never gonna leave. Because, and she compared it to like religious terms. She said, one thing about it, when you have a plan for yourself to do better, the devil's gonna do everything he can to make sure that that plan doesn't follow through. Because the plan is obviously, I need to leave. If I make this money, that's the goal, I need to leave. So the devil works like, if she never makes this goal, she'll never have to leave. So, and then when you put it in universal terms, it's just like, at that moment where I'm trying to transition, the universe is saying this is not how the transition is going to happen. So now, and that time I already started Escape with Drinaa. Escape with Drinaa just got started. I've been every time I would wake up, go shoot a video on the beach, tired as hell, like at 5 a.m. if I come from work, but I didn't drink, so it was perfect. So I just go straight to the beach, catch the sunrise, make videos, and then edit it when I wake up. And everything was falling into place. So it was just like, at that moment where I'm transitioning, I was on two different roads. And my body was trying to tell me, like, everything was going opposite. Like, not only the fact I'm not making money, I'm getting fired, but also everything made me mad. Everything made me mad. Like, every time I walked in there, I'm getting touched too much. I felt like disgusted. I would go like wipe myself down. I had many rags for no reason, like always asking for a rag. Then if a guy was telling me about what's going on, like he want me, this, that, the third, I was automatically strictly going for like leading with my body first. Like, what's up? Like, you need, like, what you need? Like, you want to dance? Like, I wouldn't even want to have a conversation. Like, I'll get straight to the point because I knew I'm ready to go. I was ready to go, not just ready to go to leave that shift. I was ready to go. So everything was falling into that place. Like, anything irritated me, like even conversations with a friend or stuff like that. And here's the icing on the cake. No matter what happened, I was exhausted when I left the club. Not a regular, like, I'm ready to go to sleep. I've never been exhausted like that. I was so exhausted. I felt like I was carrying every spirit in that club.
Wow.
Yes.
Dang.
So when I would leave the club, it's like I got in a car accident when I left the club. Because I felt like it was like a blink of an eye. At this point, we're at the end of the 4 weeks of being a month. And it was like a blink of an eye. I'm leaving the club. I just finished talking to my mom. I'm like, Mommy, I can't do this. Like, I'm crying at her. Like, she knows everything. So I'm crying at her. Like, because I got in a situation where these girls jumped me. I mean, it turned out in my favor, but it's just like the constant, like, I'm trying to be here in life and I'm going back and forth. So like probably a couple days before these girls jumped me, it was probably around like Labor Day weekend, I think. I think it was around Labor Day weekend. Because that's in June, right? Or is it Memorial and Labor Day weekend?
The Labor Day is
something
in May.
Around like summertime?
Yeah, Labor in May.
It's in May, yeah. It was like around Labor Day weekend. This is where it's coming where I quit. So remember I told you it took like a month. So boom, around Labor Day weekend, I get jumped from doing a yacht party or whatever the case is. And then I go straight to work after doing what I had to do with that situation. I felt like even after winning that situation, I still felt like lost. I felt like hopeless, like I'm tired. So then I go make some money, I go do what I gotta do, and then I leave the club, and then I see the girls that just literally attacked me, and I'm just like, I'm calling my homegirls up. I'm like, yo, they still here. I want to show them what a jump is. Like, I'm trying to stoop to the level, and I'm just like, at the end of the shift, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm calling my mama. I'm telling her, like, hey, mommy, like, can I vent to you, please, like, about everything going on? And I just want you to understand I'm tired. And she's like, I know. I can see it. I can feel it. My mom is super, super spiritual. So when she says I know, she was like, the way she said I know was like kind of like opening her arms, like come here, my child type of vibe, like a God moment. So at that moment when I told her, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I can't do it no more, she's like, I'll help you. We'll figure it out. So when I had that support system, I'm like, finally, because I never had that support system. So finally hearing it, like, it just felt like God was on my side at that time. And I was like, for some reason, after that, I took a Celsius from the store right across the street, because at this point, we're at Club 24. There's a gas station across the street. And also that same week, I got pulled over twice. That's another conversation I don't want to go into, but that's another thing leading into it's time to go. But I go get a Celsius. Usually when I get my Celsius, I'm up and running. Remember, I told you I would go record a video on the beach. But then I start driving and I automatically knock out.
Wow.
Like knock out. And I'm waking up to hearing the barricades hitting my car when my car's swerving. And I'm like, I wasn't tired. What's going on? So I call my mom and I'm like, Mommy, I just hit my car. I'm so sad. Like, and then she's telling me, she's like, you let go. You let go, so your body is tired. It's like my body releases. It's like when you're in that moment, in that area, and environments that are not conducive for you, you carry other people's problems. Even if you're not, the energy is so strong. Even if you're not trying to, even if you just heard a story about a guy talking about his baby mama, whatever the case is, in that midst of it all, once you leave the club with all that drama, remember, I just got jumped, I just did this, I just did that, all of that, it's like your body was filled like a book bag on your back, like it was filled with things that did not nourish you. So when it was time to finally go home, my body was exhausted. Even if it didn't physically show it, I didn't feel it, I didn't nothing. But my spirit was so exhausted that I finally released. That it was like, it's time to let go.
Yeah, that's deep.
And that moment, I thank God I'm still here because my car did swerve bad, but it swerved in a way for like a wake-up call, and I never went back ever since. I never went back. I don't even, right now I think I'm mentally in a space where if my friends were to have something going on, I probably would like go hang out, but I haven't been able to. When they don't even invite me, honestly, because they know better. Like, which I respect it. I'm not mad. They invite me to more things that they know I would want to do. But
that's good for them.
Yeah, that is. But honestly, even though they're good friends, at some point I'm gonna have to see them in the next mango season because we still don't resonate anymore. Because I'm going a certain path, and in their book, however their chapters go, they're still doing that lifestyle that I used to do. And unfortunately, we don't match anymore. And it doesn't mean it's beef, but I've noticed that there's nothing to connect to about anymore. So it's like blank. Instead of where it's like, oh yeah, at first we used to be on the phone, like, who's gonna be the sponsor today? Like, this, that, if they're going outside. Like, now it's not that for me, because now I actually enter situations differently. I actually date differently. I date with purpose now versus like, if I did date with purpose, it wasn't currency involved. I was leading with my body at that time. So I already knew that if I get a bag, I get a Chanel bag, I get this, I get that. Okay, I'll probably sleep with this man and stuff like that. This was what was programmed in my mind. So when I walked away from it, everything else felt like it didn't fit into my puzzle.
I feel that.
It didn't fit at all.
And then I feel like, because now you at a space, like you at peace now. That's how I feel. But I feel like I like the fact that you said that even the friends, you have to let go. Because where you going? And I tell a lot of women that, I'm like, listen, if you want to, like a lot of women say they want to get married. If you want to get married, everybody, it's no different from with success. Everybody can't come with you where you going. So same thing with certain friends. Like, if you know that they're not going to be conducive to your relationship, you got to let them go, because you're going to pull me back. So if you want to get married one day and you hang around X, Y, and Z, and they may be good friends, but your dude might be like, yo, like, you going to the club now all of a sudden. You doing this all of a sudden. I don't want you to do these things. You get what I'm saying? So now I feel like that's not conducive to your relationship. So a lot of women, sometimes they have like a lot of people around them that might not be conducive, or men that might not be conducive to the space that they want to be in. Like, and that's even with guys. Like, we got friends sometimes, they be like, yo, let's go to the club. Hey, talk to her, bro. most men and women they gonna say, bro, you got a good girl, go home. Oh, you can't come here with us. This event, this not for you. You can't come here. So even that your friends like you might think that they at a space where it's like just because y'all not at the same frequency right now, but to me they still good friends because they're telling you like, yo, this space ain't for you. We not gonna invite you here.
No, yeah, that's why I said I'll see them in the next mango season because mangoes grow all out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna constantly, when it's time to connect back with them again, we'll connect back. But right now, I'm in a transition where they're not in this story.
Yeah, I feel that.
And that's just it. They're probably they haven't reached where I am at, or possibly their transition or their story is way different from mine. But since we don't connect in those moments and I don't fit into their puzzle, they don't fit into mine, it doesn't mean it's beef or anything like that. I'm still, if my friend calls me up right now, hey, I'm having such and such for my child, I'm coming.
Yeah, you going.
Like, even if I don't, even if I don't feel like I fit in the friend group, I'm still coming because at the end of the day, that's the friend I'm friends with. That's who makes me feel special, and that's who I'm gonna be riding behind. But, even the older you get, you notice like your mom and your dad don't keep the same friends forever. And if they do that one friend, they talk to them once in a blue moon, and they be like, oh, I haven't heard from you in so long. How you doing? And then they hang up. But it doesn't mean that it's beef or anything like that. It just means that you found that place to place them, and you respect the boundaries that you guys have while you guys grow in your own departments.
Definitely, I agree. So, at what point did you begin ice skating? Do you feel like that's a point of escape for you?
Absolutely. I feel like 100% to get to peace and healing, to escape from substances, you have to find a healthy substance. Because being addicted on ice skating is healthy. Of course, they say too much of everything is not good, but if the thing that you're doing is making you progress, it's 100% great.
Facts.
So, for example, like some people would say, like, because I'm a gamer myself, some people would say that, oh, gaming is a way of an escape because it's not a drug, it's not nothing bad. But too much of gaming will hurt you. Because too much, not only it affects your nervous system, your brain, because your brain starts to kind of convince itself it's comfortable in this space and convinces itself, like, I forgot what the word is, I just learned it, but it kind of like programs itself to thinking that we're in the game, so we're gonna stay in the game and not notice that the hours have passed, and it starts to prolong you. Versus if the thing that you're doing prolong you or procrastinates you instead of kind of develop you with self-growth, then that's where it's like it's an addiction. When it's something that actually progresses you, is conducive for you, and adds to your character development, that's when it's like, this is a reward. So I feel like 100% when you're in a moment of transitioning, when you're in a moment of healing, it is super imperative to find a hobby. Find something that brings out the best in you, that no one can take from you, that gives you the love, safety, and protection that you were trying to find in other things. Because that love, safety, and protection that you need is because your body isn't nourished. Something about it, your body is trying to tell you that, hey, I need you. And if you don't listen to that alarm going off, you're gonna try to find substances to sound the alarm for a few minutes. But I always use this analogy every time with my clients, just because, like, if you have dirty laundry, right? You have dirty laundry and you put it in a corner and you're like, I'm gonna do it. Keep walking by it. You're like, yeah, I see it. I'm gonna do it. It don't matter how many times you keep walking past this laundry. At some point, you gotta do the laundry. At some point, you have to get rid of the dirty laundry, do the work, the development, find out what hobbies stick to you, find out what substances are you using to escape from this, find out what the problem is, find out why I keep dating the same people over and over and over, find out why I didn't get the job that I wanted, why I'm still mad at my mom, why I'm still mad at my dad. You have to find these things out, but the thing is, people don't want to find it out because it means you have to think.
Or do the work.
Well, doing the work means you have to think, you have to overthink. And people rather not overthink, so they stay comfortable. They stay comfortable because, but you have to get uncomfortable to grow. you have to challenge your mind. You have to challenge your mind and accept the thoughts. But people don't want to accept the thoughts because when you're alone, and that's why some people be like, I can't go out to eat by myself. You can't go out to eat by yourself because you're your own enemy.
Right.
When you're alone, you're facing your thoughts and you're realizing you're thinking about things probably when you were in 4th grade, what you said to your ex-boyfriend or stuff like that. And it's just like so much thoughts are going through your mind of things that you could have said. Why did he leave me? And this, that, and third. And people are scared to think about these things because overthinking can lead to the worst thoughts, like suicidal.
Yeah.
So they rather avoid it. And they use things that make them silence the thoughts, which is substances. But if you have healthy substances that challenge your thoughts instead of silence them, but actually keeps the thoughts going, but at the same time embracing the thoughts and making you feel like you're challenging yourself. That's why they always tell you challenge yourself, challenge yourself. They never tell you to stay busy. Even if they do say stay busy, sometimes it's off. This is often confused because a lot of people tell you, stay busy so you don't have to think. No, you should want to think. Because when you embrace your thoughts, you're able to challenge your mind. Your nervous system will run you if you don't run it first.
Yeah, facts.
It will literally plan your whole day out. That's why they say, once again, power of the mind, power of the tongue is so powerful because whether you think you can or can't, it will happen.
Yeah.
So if you automatically already being negative to yourself from the moment you wake up, everything's going to happen to you negative, like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Because that's how the universe works.
Yeah, for sure. So, topic questions with Drinaa.
Yes.
Do you think society perceives a woman value differently if she works as a stripper?
Yes. Because even till today, shout out to my number one haters. Till today, they still swear. I see it once in a blue moon. My friends know not to send me stuff like that because they're good people. But once in a blue moon, I catch it where it's like always that one negative person that swears that I'm going to be back. And they're just already putting that negative outlook on it. Granted, I will make sure I won't go back. I don't care how many jobs I got to work. I worked DoorDash. I did a lot. I did everything to maintain my bills before I started letting go of certain things and selling certain things to remove that lifestyle from it, because obviously I got those things. That was a product of my environment. So yeah, a lot of people already like, I'm gonna be being very negative, being very mean, and saying like she's gonna be back, or what is she doing, or this, that, that. If I twerk, it's like, oh, you know, you're gonna be back. She still missed the club, or it can't even be. They attach the club to me so much that even like if I was a regular person twerking, it wouldn't mean nothing. But because I used to be a dancer, I used to be this, I used to be that, they already like,
oh, she misses it. She can come back.
What does she want to be? Does she want to be a therapist or does she want to be a dancer? She needs to make a decision. And that's how it was. One time I was a whole topic on this girl. I'm not going to say her name because we don't get freaked out to people who are evil. But this one girl who's very popular in Miami, known for talking about people and stuff like that. We have a lot of pages like that. But the main one, and she was just like dissing me so bad, but at the same time posting me like, this is her, and then this is her, like a picture of me in the club. Like, mind you, I was already done with the club for a year now. Like, I'm trying to figure out why it was brought up, but either way, when people don't see growth within themselves, they're gonna try to bring it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Just misery loves company. Like, sure. Completely.
And that's why I say, like, sometimes you gotta start mirroring that. Like, when you see certain things like that going on, because I feel like when you mirror certain things that you see they're being negative, and then you become negative, and then you become your own worst enemy.
Yes.
So that's why, like, even when I see certain negative comments and all that, I don't even entertain it no more.
I try my best. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, one thing I could say, my emotions are way more controlled now
than it used to be.
Than it used to be, because I used to be way more aggressive. My aggression would show up heavily, especially when it came to reading those comments, because who the F are you? You don't know me. Like, I remember a lady, because I had a video that's still going viral till today from me dancing, and on Facebook, this lady was like, because I guess the caption, you know how they always do those clickbait captions. This figure skater knows how to throw some ass or whatever. Anyways, so boom, does not correlate at all. Two separate videos, but they just have to put, you know how they are. So there's this one lady like, she's a disgrace to the ice skating community. I guess she does ballet. She's a ballet teacher. I was just shocked at this. She was just like, oh, and then somebody was like, no, she really does figure skate. Look, drops another video of me like skating, and then she's being negative, like, this is just disgusting. Those little ass jumps, like this, that. They're just being so negative, and it's crazy because this is somebody that teaches children, because she's a ballet teacher for children. Right. What are you trying to teach kids? Like that, no matter, like I don't even know where you're coming from, because as somebody who does ballet, I'm pretty sure you were taught that a passion takes time. I'm going through the passion. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know me from a campaign. It's not like I started, like, see, ballet, even as a ballerina, she knows that it's not overnight with that. Rome wasn't built in a day. Ballerinas were not built in a day. It takes time to get the poise. It takes time to get the action,
and develop
emotion,
a skill.
And develop the skill. Even if you're a football player, anything, it takes time for that. I've only been doing it for 2 years, but immediately you judged me completely based on what was already posted about me, falling into the clickbait to talk about me. Now, granted, you're supposed to be a ballet teacher. What if I wanted to take my kids to you? Right. You're showing your character. Right. And it's like,
and then just not just to you, but everyone though.
And to everyone else. Yeah. But I didn't even have to say nothing. That's another thing I noticed. When you are pure and you're doing like the things I've been doing, I've been building an army without knowing. There's people defending me all in the comments without me saying a single word. Yeah. That's one thing that I know. So at that point when I seen it, I didn't even have to say nothing, because it was already a girl like, let me see you do something. I would not take there was even people talking about something, I'm going to call the place you work at tomorrow and try to get you fired, because this is not something that they want their children coming to.
And that's the thing. Look at all the enlightful comments that you got, and then you dwell on that one comment.
It do be you like, get what I'm saying? It's always like that though. Because we're our own critics, so of course our brain automatically reaches towards like what's negative.
So, do you think a woman working in the strip club changes how men will treat her? So, do men treat women differently that work in the strip clubs, from your perspective, your personal experience?
I think it's both. I think it's positive or negative. Like, yes, men could treat women positively from working in the strip club, because I had it happen where I've been treated amazing, and then there's the negatives where men don't.
So, what's the negative experiences that you experienced personally? And then
I never had a negative experience of being treated. Every guy wanted to take me out the club. I never had a negative, not once. Not once. Other than the fact people wanted me for more just sexual currency, but as far as like. But I honestly, I feel like guys who want to take women out the club have serious codependency issues.
Why do you feel like that?
100%. Because, I mean, in order for me to diagnose you as somebody who's codependent, I would have to know you. I don't know you, but that's why I said I feel like. But based on like statistics, it's 100% related to codependency, because they want to be the savior. Because they feel like if they save the woman out of the club, she will forever need him. And men want to be needed. Yeah,
that's true.
They don't like
I can see that.
Majority men, I don't want to speak for all men, but majority men, especially men who are not healed, they won't like the idea of being needed, because some dysfunctional situation happened when they were younger that they weren't needed. So when they are in relationships or even friendships, it could be just more than friendships, even they homeboy hitting them up, hey bro, big bro, I need this, I need that. They like that because they feel like they're wanted and they're heard because they weren't.
But that issue, that's why I think a lot of men don't want their women to be successful or as successful as they are, because they want them to be always codependent on them.
Because they're gonna always need them.
Yeah, and they feel like if you become more, then now you have just as much power as I got.
Yeah, and that's.
And I don't want you to ever look like you're equal.
Yeah, and that's where control comes in. Yeah. People misuse the words narcissistic control and all of these things. Like, the only person that could tell someone that they have those type of personality disorders is a doctor or people who are actually clinically with the degree to say those things, to give that information. Personally, at that moment, when a man is doing that, it's the idea, the art of control, the OCD in it, where it's like, I want to control every aspect of this because I know it would need me, and it feels good, even if they're not purposely trying to do it. It's just possibly something going on in their brain where they feel like this is safety.
Yeah. I agree for sure. Do you think the club environment can negatively affect a relationship?
Yes.
From the aspects of a woman that works in the club.
Absolutely. I had the longest relationship, the best relationship of my life with this girl that I was with for a while. And I don't want to give it too much power to talk about the situation, but long story short, it affected us. Every night coming home, whether it's the smell of my hair to something as little as the smell of my hair to something as big as who's texting your phone at this time, like, it was always something. So yes, 100%. I don't care what no one says. Don't shoot the messenger, but I've been in the club long enough to tell you, you cannot be in a relationship and be in a club. You have to choose. You cannot. It's not possible.
But what about the dudes that's not as like I wouldn't even say mature, but they're more like, how can I say it? Like, they're more like stamped. Like, I trust my girl. Like, I know she gonna do right by me.
No, those men already, they put in their mind, they program their mind to knowing that. One thing my dad always told me, if a man has 100% respect for you and loves you, he would not allow you to be in that club still.
Nah, facts though.
100%.
That's facts.
So if a guy allows you to still go shake your ass for money and you think there's love there, you're as damaged as he is.
Yeah, facts. Nah, facts.
There is no love there. It's just what it is familiarity. You guys are both comfortable that both of you guys are not growing, and it feels good. Both of you guys are staying in the same place, and you're starting to make your lifestyles curated to being stuck in the same place.
Facts. I agree. I don't even got a rebuttal for that.
Yeah.
I agree. And she know me. Well, I've been chewing people up all day. I agree.
And then that's the thing. So with relationships, I always compare relationships real fast, like, because I don't want to I talk too much, but relationships, when you get in a relationship, I think of yourself like analogy. Think of yourself like a cake, a layered cake. The reason why I say layered cake, because you have multiple layers that obviously with cakes, certain cakes, you open it up, now you have all these different things like, oh wow, I didn't know it would be this color on the inside. So you're a cake that has all these layers. Whoever comes in your life is supposed to be the garnish to the cake. Do you hear what I'm saying? Not even the icing, but the garnish. So like the sprinkles, the confetti, whatever the cake, they're supposed to be an addition to your cake. So the problem is that people get into relationships a lot thinking that they can build a relationship making the whole cake together. And what the thing is with that is that sometimes you may mirror who you're dating, so you both have no growth within each other. So the cake would just be sitting there with no icing, with no garnish.
And we just taking it from it.
And we're just like,
and nobody adding nothing to it.
It's just a dry cake.
Right.
Exactly. So I remember I had a client, long story short, and he called me and he was just like, I just feel like I always I pour so much into my girl, and then when she leaves me, I feel like empty inside, and I don't know what that is. It's because there is no progression in that relationship, because you're supposed to pour into each other, like cups. And honestly, respectfully, your cup should be filled, and then what's left over as it overfills is what goes to anybody else. Right. That's why they tell you when you take a flight, what do they tell you? They say that you take care of yourself first with the oxygen tank, and then you take care of the person beside you, even if you have a child right next to you. Because you, like the way the universe works, you come first. And it's not selfish or selfless. It's just in order for you to give
me to you, it's like I have to have it first.
Exactly. How, if you don't have $100, how can you give somebody $100? Are you gonna steal it? Are you gonna beat somebody up for it?
Right.
You have to have it first.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, you snapping right now. Hey, so gaming with Drinaa. So
Yes.
you gonna I'm gonna give you a choice. You gotta choose. If you can't choose, then you drink.
Okay.
Female stripper or male stripper? If you had to choose.
Like walking in the club?
Like walking in the club, if you had to choose one or the other, which one would you choose?
Probably a male stripper.
Why you say male stripper though?
I haven't
I think-
experienced it.
Oh, because you never experienced it. But I feel like females. I don't know why, but I don't go to the club. But every time I look on the social sites,
Yeah.
I always see females like they enjoy female strippers.
Well,
Like they had a
yeah.
time of their life with female strippers.
But
for sure.
everybody is different because I experienced my own friends. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, after getting all of that in your face, I think I
Mhm.
want to switch it up a little bit. So I think I'll say male stripper.
Tell your mom or dad you lost your virginity. Who would you tell first? Mom or dad?
This was a good one. I told my mom. My dad, I swear till today, we don't even touch those conversations.
Yeah.
I am a virgin.
But look, so why you think? But yeah, because if your dad had a son, it would be different. You get what I'm saying? Why you think it's harder for? Because you very well rounded. So why do you think it's harder for dads to accept that their daughter is sexually active than their sons being sexually active?
I don't think it's dads. I think it's certain dads.
I think it's certain dads.
Because there's certain dads where you can be honest with. Like, for example, my
Mhm.
cousin tells her dad. They have open conversations.
Yeah.
And that's actually, which a lot of people don't believe in, but gentle parenting, where it's
Mhm.
like, honestly, just having conversations with your child so that at least when they do approach these moments, they can come to you.
Yeah, and
Like,
they feel safe.
and
Because
feel safe.
a lot of kids don't come to their parents because they don't feel safe about it.
And that's what I was
And
about
then
to
it
say.
keeps them being sneaky and then doing other things, and
And
then that makes the situation far worse.
Exactly. So
If you'd have been more open and respectful with them, yeah.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I was gonna say. So that's why it's like a little bit of a blockage of like mom or dad because honestly, it's just the parent that makes them feel more safe.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there's women who value their dads more before their mom and safety. So
Yeah.
they'll tell their dad everything. And I'm pretty sure we all heard like some
Yeah.
girls be like, "Oh yeah, I love my dad. I tell him everything." And you'll be like, "Your dad?"
Yeah. Nah, but I always felt that more girls are like cling to their dad. Like it's always daddy girls, mama's boy. I don't know.
I
But
feel like
that's
those are
just me.
superstitions because I'm
You
a
think so?
mama's girl.
Yeah, I always hear that the girls they love it. I don't know. And then I
Yeah,
feel like the
that's what they
dads,
say.
even the dads, it's like they love their daughters
'Cause
differently. You know what
the
I'm saying?
protection, the safety.
And the moms love yeah, but a lot of
depends,
times
yeah.
even the moms love their sons different.
Yeah, I see a lot of opposites.
Yeah, but me personally, I'm saying, well, the environment. I've seen girls fight their like physically fight their moms, and then she can have a son right there, and she treat that son like he a pot of gold. Like I see a lot of that. I don't really see the mom like the mom even especially in the Caribbean household, they give the sons different privileges than they give the daughters. The son can do X, Y, and Z, but the daughter can't do X, Y, and Z. The son can go here and there, but the daughter can't go here and there. So that's just my take on it. Though I do feel like sometimes the opposite sex treats the opposite sex a little bit better. That's just my opinion.
It's true. It's true.
You agree? So 1 million a year working as a stripper, or 40K a year doing something you truly love.
40K a year.
Doing something you truly love.
Absolutely.
I agree with that too. Cause I feel like peace and happiness is way more important than the value of a dollar.
Way more.
Like way more important than the
But
value
it's
of a
crazy
dollar.
because I would never tell you this. Like a year from now, I mean, not a year, but like 2.5 years from now before I stop, I would never have told you this. Like, I probably would have been like,
Give me $1 million.
give me $1 million.
And the hills again.
Yeah, I'm going to invest that $1 million. I start thinking, like, I'm going to invest this, like, nah. Yeah. That math that I told you that they do, like, I'll start putting it together, like, okay, if I invest this amount, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to come out with this. I get it. Like,
But yeah, I think like a lot of times, like I don't think the money is worth like what it comes with most of the time. Like even like when I see like a lot of girls like take away from like the scripting, but like even like them talking to guys that they might not even like for money. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like that comes at a sense of like your peace, like dang, like or the value of you, like you start looking or feeling a certain way, like dang, I had to do this for that, or I actually put myself through this for that. I don't even like that dude. I had to talk to him just to, you know.
That was my whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
Printed. Like, I was in so many relationships that I honestly feel like was karma to me. To the point, like, it's like I'm faking my way through to get what I want. So,
Yeah.
Actually waking up from that and actually now having connections that are genuine feels 10 times better than the currency. Like, there's not a single dollar someone can offer me to make me F with someone. And they be like, Drinaa, you're lying. If such and such came right now and told you this, I'm like, bro, they have already. Like, there's nothing you could tell me. I already experienced it.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, this experience, this awakening is way different because I appreciate it more.
But it take a lot to get that though, because it's a lot of women that right now they not turning down that call. If the right person pick up and they know they might not even like this person, but yo, I got this for you. They coming. Yeah. Catch your best friend having sex with your mom or dad. You gotta choose one. If you don't, you could drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink because
I
don't want to think of my parents.
Oh, she got one. You can just take a shot. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's hard though. Yeah, that's hard. Cause your best friend is a boy or a girl?
I have two.
So,
I have a boy and a girl.
And a girl best friend. But yeah, I feel like if I, for me, yeah, that'd be hard though. But I'd rather my dad though. Like I don't know, I'm a boy, so I'd rather my dad. Like if I had a girl best friend, I'll be whatever. Like my dad, but my mom, I wouldn't want to see my boy best friend have sex with my mom. You know what I'm saying? That's just different though. I don't know.
I don't want to rather neither them. That's disgusting.
A sugar daddy who spoils you, or a loving husband who can't support your basic needs.
A loving what?
A sugar daddy that spoils you, or a loving husband that can't support your basic needs.
I understand, but this is kind of really hard because honestly, like basic needs, that doesn't mean financial. So that's mean my husband can't even support like my emotional needs or anything.
I'm saying everything, basic needs, even financial.
Then why would I choose him? That's basically like dating the sugar daddy.
So then yeah. Oh, so yeah. So let's go with So she dug in that a little deep. So let's go. So let's go. He can't support your. I'm saying when I say basic needs, your financial basic needs. Like he can't pay the bills.
Basic needs and financial needs is two different things.
What financial needs?
Financial needs. Okay, now we're having a conversation. I'd rather take the husband.
So when I think of basic needs, I'm thinking about not even emotional. I'm thinking like he can't food, water, like all that stuff is not being met. That's what I think about basic needs when I think about basic needs, right?
Basic needs, the actual terminology for basic needs is emotional, physically, like the things you have to be there for a person when it comes to like the 5 love languages.
Okay.
If they cannot provide the affirmations,
that sounds like Maslow hierarchy of needs, whatever.
Yeah, that's what really the basic needs. These are basic human needs. Eating, like all of those things, sleeping, being there for you, being patient with you. These are basic human needs.
So let's go financial.
Financially,
so
I'd rather the husband without finances.
With no finances?
Yes. As long as he's there for me emotionally, he did the work and he makes me happy, I'll sit around.
But over time, would that wear and tear on you?
I mean, one thing about it, goals is big. So if he had a way to get out
of that,
why would I be like? Why would?
But what if that way ain't working? Like, what if he has, like, 'cause you know, there's a lot of people that got good drive, but sometimes it's like, this life just not meant for you. Like, you can have all these dreams, admirations, ambitions, but sometimes it just don't work for you.
Well, I gotta still stand beside him because I went through that too. I went through several things that didn't work for me.
Yeah, I feel
From a nail salon to stripping to everything, and I finally found what works for me.
Yeah,
so you just stand next to that person.
Because a lot of people ain't. They going for sure. Date your best friend ex or your sister's ex.
And I'm the only child.
If you had a sister, hypothetically.
wouldn't know.
Nah, you would know. So, you would know if you had a sister, you would love your sister, right? If you had one, hypothetically, if you had a sister, you would love your sister. And
I think I'm gonna give it to my best friend because me and my best friend have a very good understanding of exes. Like we talk about it all the time. So if you didn't say what ex, so let's just say it was an ex that she don't care about and it happened like 6-7 years ago, she won't care.
So have you ever slept with a friend's ex?
Absolutely not.
Have a friend's ex ever tried to sleep with you though?
Absolutely. And I just
swerve it.
There's two things that I would do. Depending on the relationship levels of my friendship, I may tell that person, like my best friend. But if not, well, you said friend. I might tell my friend, like, hey, what's up? Like, I think your partner is trying or try to, your ex or whatever, I would communicate it. Or I just would find a way to avoid
the conversation.
No, not the conversation, the person. I would just make sure I'm never around that guy ever again.
But so what would keep you from not disclosing that information to your ex or your dude is trying to talk to you? Do you feel like because the backlash you might get from the friend, like, or you just feel like y'all relationship?
I just don't feel like maybe it's important.
Yeah.
That would be the only time that I don't disclose it. Like, let's just say she's in a different headspace right now with a new guy. Why am I bringing up? Oh, your ex tried to.
Oh yeah, right.
I think it's just depending on when it's about the awareness, like social awareness. Is it really important to bring up?
Yeah.
Or is it just like?
So let's say this. So when girls, like for example, let's say that you have a whole new situation going on, right? You're talking to this guy, and one of your friends or somebody that you know is talking to one of your exes. Should you feel offended if you moved on and you have a whole new situation?
No. I mean, you should feel offended if it's just like this. First of all, if you feel offended, you shouldn't be faulted. Like, we all humans, we all have emotions.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just life. You should always be respected for your emotions, especially if you express it. But if I was dating someone and I'm in a new thing and a new fling, it depends on the level of who is that person that she's dating, once again, that I mentioned before. Because me and my friend had that dynamic where it's like, if it's not that deep, she doesn't like, because Miami's pretty small. I don't date in Miami no more, but when I did used to, like, it's like Miami's already pretty small, so it's like, you already kind of.
They're going to run to the same dude.
Yeah, like, you run into
my thing, I don't think you should, though. Because I feel like, if you moved on, you happy while you were about an ex. That's like, for example, that's like
It's more than the ex though. It's not about the ex.
You said it's more like the principle.
It's the principle. I don't think it's ever about the ex. I mean,
because I wouldn't care though. That's just me. Like that's like, let's say that I was dating you and now I'm dating her. She would feel offended that I'm upset about you dating somebody else and you're wouldn't you?
No. Okay, so like let me clarify. So I don't think it matters to an extent. It depends how the delivery and who the person is. Like I said, like for example, if it was like somebody I was with for 5 years, and then I'm in a new fling, and then you're like, I'm gonna date that person for 5 years. That's kind of like crazy. Like, cause where this come from? Like, you were telling me that I should leave this guy because he was terrible for me, but now you're with him. That's where it's just like, what's going on? But if it's just like, like that's just an ex, they don't have regardless of
substance to it,
ex does not hold no weight. The word ex is not no title.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it doesn't hold
like,
no
I'm
weight.
saying it's an ex, especially if you moved on now. I'm saying forget about a fling. You moved on now you're genuinely happy in another situation.
I mean, yeah, I don't care. But like I said, I wouldn't fault anybody to care. Like me personally, I wouldn't care because I moved on. But I wouldn't be mad at someone who would feel a little bit bothered. That's why I think delivery is very important. So like I would ask about it because that's how our conversations go down. Me and my friends, we'll talk about it like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, did you used to date this guy because he kind of interested in me? Yeah. And I want to see where it goes, and then we'll just communicate that and it'll just.
So what if you really interested in that guy and that was you in that situation, and the friend said, nah, I don't want you to talk to him, and you really like this guy? You're not gonna talk to the guy.
I never had this moment, but if my friend ever did that, I would definitely know in my mind, the back of my mind, she still has feelings for him.
So you wouldn't talk to the guy?
No, I wouldn't. It's not that deep to me.
But what if it was that deep? Like, what if this was a good guy? You like, dang, this genuinely a good guy. I really like this guy. but he dated my friend who's an ex, and my friend is now in a whole other situation, happy with somebody else. And this could be the man of your dreams. You don't know that. Like, this guy could really like you.
I don't believe in that.
You don't think so?
I think it's off limits. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't really. If it's the man of your dreams, it would have happened. Y'all would have been together, not her and him.
No. You can't say that though, because you probably met. What if he met her before? You know what I'm saying?
That's not how the universe works. Everything happens for a reason.
Nah, that's true. I believe that.
If you were meant to date that person, it would be inevitable. It would have happened. He would have met another person before you. It would have been you.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so closing with Drinaa. What advice would you give to someone starting their first day at the strip club?
Leave.
Leave? No, but I'm saying, like, what if you there, like, right? You already done experienced this, right? And you still, that's hypothetically, you still at the strip club. Like, what would you tell them, like, yo, this is how I want you to make it through your first day?
Leave.
I'm just saying, but what if this person is not going to leave?
I can't help them. I never, even when people DM me, I'm sorry, I can't answer that. Because even when people DM me, when I was there, I used to tell people how toxic it was. I was always very woke. I just wasn't ready to step in it.
Yeah.
I was awake a long time ago.
I feel that.
So I can't really, like, I can't, what am I going to tell them? Like, oh, make sure you take drugs? Like, I don't know what to say. Like, what do you want me to say to them?
All right, so what is the conversation you could have had with your younger self that would have made a difference in your life today?
I think I would tell myself that I already found my purpose. I just need to step in it. If I was like looking over to myself and I was like standing right here to my younger self, I'd have been like, keep going, you found your purpose. Because at the time I was an author, I was always talking about serenity, meaning peace, and I was talking about, I wrote my first book, and I just talked about it because I just realized it. In one of my videos, I mentioned it, that in one of my poems that I wrote, because I started with poetry first, and I used to rip out books from like the school fairs and stuff, and then like put in my own printed pages. And I always used to talk about the day that I'm at peace, you'll find me at the beach. So my first video was taken like for Escape Padrina, meaning
at the beach.
It was at the beach. So I think if I was talking to my younger self, I would tell myself since that day that you found your purpose, to stick to it. Because I didn't know that I would be back right at. That's why I always tell people when your purpose is set on earth, the only reason why you're still even here, repeating the same mistakes, repeating the same situation, is because you haven't met your purpose yet. And when you actually meet your purpose, it's inevitable. Your purpose has been assigned to you since birth. Since birth. So sometimes some people don't obviously make it all the way through, but from our perspective, it's like it's a loss, but really they live their purpose.
Yeah. So
it's crazy when it's set for you, when it's meant for you, it will happen.
Yeah.
I did a whole 360 back into what I started with. When I started talking about peace and serenity and writing about poetry, I told myself, when I'm at peace, that was the end of my book, you'll find me at the beach. And here I am starting Escape Padrina when I left the club at the beach.
Yeah.
So it's like I would just tell myself, you found your purpose, stick to it and stay to it.
Yeah, that's deep. Signing out with Drinaa. I appreciate you for coming on, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Signing out with Drinaa, man. Signing out.
Every sunrise marks a new beginning.
That's deep. I like that. Yes, sir. Episode number 10, man. On the road to fill out the board. You almost there.
Is it 10? Yes.
Is it there?
Yeah, I think
There we
so.
go.
Maybe a little bit.
There she goes. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you for sure.